Roll the dice versus aAa Rat. So here we are then, week 3 at the Invitationals. We're going to go into game 1, and hopefully everything I have set up last week is also working again. You can see roll the dice, in the top left. There's Spooks on DK, Live on the Druid, and Trakez on the Hunter. And over is Kuna, Avishan, and also Forkin on the RMP. So this will switch over to the Rogue, as his opener is probably going to be very, very important. You can already see that hots will be going up on the 2 DPS. Finally, hots will go up onto the Druid. He's going to be drinking up. We've got Death and Decay and also a volley over there trying to catch the Rogue out. Vision is going to move up though from aAa. Death and Decay just wearing off, and looks like he's going to catch everybody into a Nova. The target is going to be aAa the Hunter. Already comes a chain of ice onto the back of the Rogue, which is Kuna. He uses Cloak of Shadow, sprint to keep on. There comes the first deterrence already. Actually, the deterrence was used rather early. In comes a Faint Death to probably stop some damage as the pet was up for the Hunter. At the moment, if we switch over to Forkin, I do believe he was trying to look for a Fear earlier, still having to keep up his Rogue. Rogue is going to be put into a concussive shot, and then we'll have to line of sight that Hunter. So Trake's had a bit of distance away, and comes a Cyclone. That's going to be trinketed off by Trake. Still looking for an offensive. Actually, it wasn't an offensive fear. Actually caught the Druid in that fear, and everyone's going to be nuking Trake. And he goes, well, that was so easy, and you can just see that at the back. I mean, Nature Swiftness was still available. He did pop it right at the end, but I mean, Trake was already dead. So wasn't sure about his positioning there, Sean. To actually jump down and stand next to the Hunter gave you two kind of, people to fear. And I mean, you play Priest. I mean, when you can hit a fear on 2 to 3 people, it's just always a good fear, right?
Of course. I'm sorry, I was paying attention to the RMD actually winning against the WLD.
Oh, I'm sorry. So RMD did win. I don't think the Priest is going to be able to get to the Druid if the Hunter plays well enough, and the DK. Yes. So I don't think they should have a problem with fear. Roll the dice certainly will have a slightly better advantage, as Sean rightfully said, as it probably is the best one for the Hunter. So we are going to follow Trake this time round. You've clearly got your eyes on Mouse Sports, as you're completely German favoured here, Sean.
I'm not.
Who's winning that one?
This looks like Mouse winning again, but I'm not really sure. It looks like a disconnect. Yeah, there was a disconnect. All
right, so they're going to be reset. Still 1-0 to Mouse Sports. So Trake then on Ring of Valor. Yeah, his job really, do as much damage as you can. Make sure you keep people in Frost Trap, and then basically kite it off well enough to be able to pump out enough damage and get a kill. The Death Knight were obviously wanting to be able to peel. Also, he's got an AoE slow as well. So really, really powerful. I'm going to face the right way as this comes up. So then instantly comes the flare.
We see the Druid being hit behind the pillar, and that's probably exactly the spot where they want to be. And they're trying to get out the Rogue right now.
Yeah, and comes the standard Frost Nova once again by Evision. The Rogue, so I'm not going to switch over to. There comes a Fear. I did actually. So many people. Yeah, I don't think he hit the Druid in that situation, but you can see the Druid actually getting dispelled there, while the fight will now be, or soon, hopefully taking place for Kawina's sake. It's going to vanish off and open up onto Trake. Trake not taking much damage at the moment, is going to get away. Let's switch back over to the Hunter. He's going to have to pop his deterrence, and will kite off. So at the moment, it does look like slightly better. There comes an improved counterspell onto Life It actually looks like almost a full counterspell. You can see Spook's taking some damage, anti-magic shell into the center, instantly goes into Frost Presence after, and will be kept up. So this is going to be bad for aAa. A Fear, though, hits Life so they're going to need to go really, really heavy.
Full duration.
Yeah, and honestly, if Spooks goes down in that situation, and they really need to work slightly better together to keep this Druid from getting feared. And the Druid doesn't even need to cast Cyclones and stuff. He can just run. So it's interesting that they're actually managing to hit fears on him when they have 2 slowing effects. And to be honest, that's really not a good performance from Roll the Dice again. And aAa are going to take this. And looking at the damages, guys, it's really, really different. You can see 12k done for Spooks, 19k done for Trake. Healing done on the Druid was 100k, but then aAa Rat, I mean, did 69k Avishan, and then Kuna did 42k, and they only needed to do 44k healing, 45k, sorry, really. And then, they got a kill, and once again, Forkin put out 7k damage. We are going to go into round 3 then. aAa are going to lead 2-0. Maybe we should give some limelight to Life if anybody wants to see how to spam HOTS and get feared, but we'll have to see if he can do something a little bit different about this. So you can see there the Rogue off is at the bottom. They're all going to be bunched up again. In comes a Frost Nova. We're probably going to see the Priest come in and land an AoE Fear on all of them. There comes the Fear. It is going to hit everybody. Not going to be Trinket. Oh, sorry, didn't hit Life sorry, he actually got away. So he wasn't going to be hit by the first Fear. As you can see, spamming HOTS there onto, actually going to throw in a Cyclone just to give trackAa some time. That wasn't going to be interrupted. Picking up position again. And, well, trackAa still taking a lot of damage. And actually, trackAa potentially line of sighting. You can see that Liferoom now needs to get to trackAa. He's going to be feared off. There comes the Nature Swiftness. It did heal. In comes an improved counterspell. And it's going to be a kill, even though a disengage comes in. What was trackAa doing on the floor? Because there was no reason for him to be down there unless he did a bad disengage. They got no Death Knight to drag him down, and he just decided, I'll take the fight down here, mate. I don't need heals. I'm okay. I'm a hunter. I've got you know, 3-0. I'm sorry, but that's not the way that should have been played.